we're going to do is a little file organization or folder organization. Revit has a lot of files, and so we're going to give you, I gave you guys some zip files, which you see on the left-hand side over here from Canvas. And we're going to use these to copy some information onto your hard drive. The first thing we're going to do is copy a custom library inside this library generic zip into your program data within here. If you can't see program data in your C drive, what you'll need to go to is go to your View tab up here and make sure this check under Hidden Items is there. If it's not there, it'll hide program data. So you just need to go to View and check that, and you'll see program data. So I'm going to double click on program data, and this is where all of the content for a lot of your programs live. So Autodesk makes Revit, so I'm going to double click on that. And then I'm going to scroll down to my RVT version that I want to put my custom library into. And if I double click on RVT 2024, it will bring up all the content that Revit has loaded. And one of those is the libraries. And I'm going to double click on the libraries. I already have several libraries in here. You may have even more libraries. You may have some foreign language libraries or something in here. But what I want to do is copy the custom library that's in here into this library folder. So if I double click on the zip file and I click on that custom library and right click and copy and come over here and paste it, it will paste that custom library in here. And what it's going to do is put some content, but mostly empty folders with category definitions that Revit uses for its families. So when we make custom families or get custom content, we immediately have a place to put it and organize it. Otherwise, it gets out of control. All right, so the next thing we want to do after we put this custom library in the libraries folder is go back to the Revit 2024 folder. So I'm just going to click on Revit 2024 here, right? So that's under your program data, Autodesk Revit 2024. And what I want to do is put a custom template in here. So I'm going to double click on it. And I just want to make a custom template folder in this one. So I'm just going to go to New Folder. So again, this is under Revit 2024 and templates, or if you are using a different Revit version, that's fine too. I'm just going to type in custom template and double click on that to open it. And then if I go back here to where I saved that AO1 Phobit inserting zip that you guys have, you can double click on that. And there are two templates, a 2023 in case you're using that, or a 2024. So I'm just going to left click on this, right click on it, copy it, and paste it into here. Right, so now I have that template saved into there. If I look at this folder, I have a couple of other templates in here, but so that's basically what we want to do. Again, this is where all the content is for Revit. So the next thing we want to do is actually add links to these, to the library content within the Revit places. So I'm going to open up Revit and I'm going to go to Model and Open. And it's going to bring up a dialog box. And what I want to do is navigate to where we save that custom library. So I'll just come to this pull down and go to C, and again, program data, and then Autodesk, and I'll scroll down to the Revit 2024 and the libraries, right? And there's that custom library, and I'll double click on that. Whoops, I want to rename it. And so once I'm in there, what I want to do now is come down here and add current folder to places. So if I click on that, you'll see it ends up adding it up here. Oh, this history, I never use that. I'm just going to pull it down. And what that does is it gives you a quick link to things when you're going to file open or inserting families. You can see over here, I actually have a link to my storage folder here. So whenever I open up Revit, you know, I can go here and access my class files pretty quickly. If you have a folder that is for this class, you could also add it over here. The next thing I want to add is I want to go to my C drive. And if you're in 2024, it's in the program files. If you're in 2023, it's in the program files x86. But I'm just going to go to program files here. So I'm in my C drive. I'm going to go to program files. And I'm going to scroll down to, I'm going to go to common files and Autodesk. Oops, sorry, not Autodesk, but Autodesk Shared. So there's an Autodesk Shared below that. And if you scroll down, you will find a materials folder. So double click on that. And if you double click on textures, you will get a 1, 2, and a 3. And these guys have texture files in them. And I just want to be able to access those quickly. So I'm just going to come down here and add current folder to places. I don't use it very often, so I'll just pull it down here, maybe below, you know. And then the next thing I want to do is I don't really want to open up a Revit file. I just want to add these places. So I'm just going to hit cancel. And it's going to say, there's a weird problem with my 2024 and that it says light source, but yours should say, do you want to save the changes that you made? And you should say, yes, I do. I don't know why it says light source, but that's super weird. But anyway, if I do that, now if I go to open, you'll see that I have the custom library, the storage, and then the textures here as well, right, to access. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the textures, what we actually added, because I think it's important to know. So I'll just come to this guy right here, and I'll go to see program files. And again, if you're in 2024, it's in program files. If you're in 2023, it's in program files x86. But you go to common files after program files, Autodesk Shared, scroll down to materials. And if you go to textures, the 1, 2, and 3 have different resolutions from highest is 3 and lowest is 1. So I'll just go to 2. And if you go to mats, and you make this big, here's a whole bunch of texture files that you have access to that you could use however you want. But I think it's pretty nice to have access to these guys. All right, so that's it.